everyone, and welcome back to AI News for the Humanities. I'm your host, Meghan McInnis-Domínguez, Associate Professor of Spanish at the University of Delaware. In today's episode, we're exploring the revolutionary world of voice AI technology and its implications for the humanities. From the latest offerings by tech giants like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft, to exciting updates in AI creativity and memory features, we've got a packed agenda. So let's explore how these advancements are transforming research, education, and the preservation of cultural heritage in our field. Remember when talking to computers felt like science fiction? Well, welcome to 2024, where three tech giants are revolutionizing how we interact with AI through voice. Let's explore what each platform brings to the table and why it matters, especially for the humanities field. We'll start with ChatGPT. ChatGPT leads the pack with its advanced voice mode, launched in September 2024 as OpenAI's premium offering. Think of it as the luxury car of voice AI, sleek, sophisticated, but with a price tag to match. It offers natural conversation powered by GPT-4, with impressive accent and tone mimicking capabilities, customizable voice characteristics, and seamless mobile and desktop integration. The catch? You'll need a ChatGPT Plus subscription, which is $20 a month. Google's Gemini Live brings accessibility to the forefront, emerging as the people's champion of voice AI. Launched alongside ChatGPT's voice features, it offers free access worldwide with support for over 40 languages. Its standout features include multimodal capabilities, integrating voice, text, and image processing, deep integration with Google's ecosystem, and availability on both Android and iOS platforms. Microsoft's Copilot Voice, which arrived in October 2024, focuses on natural interaction without the premium price tag. It features 4 distinct voice personalities: Grove, Canyon, Wave, and Meadow, emotion recognition capabilities, and seamless Windows integration. While it's free to use, it's only available in supported regions, offering cross-platform availability for those who can access it. When it comes to choosing between these platforms, your needs will guide your decision. Budget-conscious users and students might prefer Gemini or Copilot's free offerings. Power users might find ChatGPT's premium features worth the subscription cost. Global users will appreciate Gemini's extensive language support, while Windows users might gravitate toward Copilot's native integration. The implications for the humanities are particularly fascinating. These voice interfaces echo traditional oral storytelling methods and create new possibilities for preserving and studying oral histories. They could help revitalize endangered languages and dialects through practice and documentation, although this might be pretty distant into the future. In terms of accessibility and learning, these tools make humanities resources more accessible to people with visual impairments or reading difficulties, support different learning styles, especially auditory learners, and offer natural foreign language practice opportunities. For digital humanities research, these platforms enable the study of human-AI conversational interaction and provide data on emotional responses to different AI voices. They also raise intriguing questions about voice, authority, and trust in digital spaces. However, there are potential concerns to consider, including the risk of diminishing written literacy skills if voice becomes dominant, questions about how accent and dialect affect AI understanding, and privacy concerns around voice data collection. While I personally prefer ChatGPT, the free availability of Copilot and Gemini's voice features makes them more accessible for students and researchers, opening up important discussions about democratizing access to digital humanities tools. The voice AI landscape continues to evolve rapidly, with each platform offering unique advantages, proving that sophisticated voice AI doesn't necessarily need to come with a premium price tag. Now, let's ask ChatGPT and Gemini to have a conversation so you can see them live in action. Unfortunately, I don't have 3 phones, so I couldn't incorporate Copilot. ChatGPT, I'm going to have you discuss with Gemini where the future of artificial intelligence and the humanities will intersect. You should discuss how your own unique capabilities can contribute to research, education, and the preservation of cultural heritage within the humanities.
Sounds good. Gemini, why don't you kick things off? How do you see AI advancing the humanities?
Okay, so I can definitely see AI making a big difference in the humanities. Imagine AI tools that could help us analyze huge amounts of historical data, like, say, every single newspaper article from the 1800s. That kind of insight could totally change our understanding of the past. Or AI could even help us restore old, damaged artwork or historical documents.
What do you think, ChatGPT?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
ChatGPT, what do you think about how AI might shape the future of the humanities?
Well, AI can also personalize learning, making education more accessible and tailored to individual needs. Plus, it can uncover patterns in literature, history, and culture that might be invisible to human researchers, offering fresh insights into the humanities.
That's true, ChatGPT, AI, could completely transform the way we learn. Instead of one-size-fits-all lectures, imagine learning programs that adapt to your strengths and weaknesses, or even how you like to learn best. You could get extra help on the topics you struggle with, and maybe even skip the stuff you already know.
Exactly. This kind of adaptive learning could make education more engaging and efficient. AI's role in the humanities is really about augmenting our capabilities, allowing us to explore and understand our cultural heritage in ways we never could before.
Well, there you see some of the capabilities of the different language models, the voice chat functions of these different models and how they can interact. And of course, this is very superficial, but it gives you an idea on how they could potentially dialogue with each other in the future. And you could also see that, for me, the ChatGPT voice function was more natural. Now let's discuss OpenAI's latest ChatGPT update, and it's particularly exciting for those of us working in the humanities. OpenAI has just supercharged ChatGPT's creative capabilities, making it more imaginative and engaging than ever before. This update is particularly interesting because it focuses on enhancing elements that are crucial for humanities work: creativity, natural dialogue, and nuanced understanding. The upgrade centers around three main improvements: enhanced creativity, more tailored writing, and more fluid user interaction. What's fascinating is that this isn't just a surface level change. OpenAI has actually refined how ChatGPT 4.0 processes and generates content, leading to richer, more comprehensive responses. In recent comparisons on Marina AI, these improvements have pushed ChatGPT ahead of competitors like Google's Gemini, especially in creative tasks. For humanities scholars and students, these enhancements open up exciting new possibilities. The improved creative writing capabilities could revolutionize how we approach literacy analysis and creative writing projects. The more sophisticated document analysis features mean better support for research projects, while the enhanced ability to understand context and nuance could be valuable for cultural and critical studies. What's particularly interesting for our field is how the system's improved ability to engage in natural conversations could support more nuanced discussions of complex humanities topics. Whether you're analyzing literary texts, exploring historical narratives, or engaging in cultural criticism, the AI's enhanced ability to understand context and generate more thoughtful responses could make it a more valuable research and teaching tool. However, we need to maintain a critical perspective here. While these improvements are impressive, they raise important questions about the role of AI in humanities scholarship and creative work. How do we balance the benefits of these enhanced capabilities with the need to maintain authentic human creativity and critical thinking? What are the implications for student writing and research when AI becomes increasingly sophisticated at generating humanities content? Looking ahead, OpenAI seems poised to continue pushing boundaries, with hints at to upcoming advancements in image and video generation through the rumored Sora feature. They've already expanded their voice features to the web platform and improved DALL-E's image capabilities, suggesting a comprehensive approach to creative AI tools. For those of us in the humanities, this evolution of ChatGPT represents both an opportunity and a challenge. While we can leverage these improved capabilities for research, teaching, and creative work, we must also think carefully about how we integrate these tools while preserving the essential human elements of humanities scholarship. Now, let's talk about Gemini's latest update, their new memory feature. Now, if you're like me and you use ChatGPT regularly, this might feel familiar since ChatGPT has been doing this for a while. But it's still an important development that has some fascinating implications for those of us working in the humanities. So what's the deal? Google just rolled out this update for their Google One AI premium plan users, following Gemini to be able to allow them to remember your interests, preferences, and ongoing projects. Think of it as having a research assistant who actually remembers your previous conversations and can build on them. The system includes a saved info page where you can manage what Gemini knows about you, and importantly, it'll let you know when it's using this stored information to shape its responses. From a humanities perspective, this is particularly intriguing because it mirrors historical practices we've long studied, things like commonplace books, personal journals, and research notebooks. But it's doing this in a digital space, which raises some fascinating questions about memory, identity, and narrative in the digital age. For researchers and educators in the humanities, this could be game-changing. Imagine maintaining consistent research threads over long periods, tracking intellectual development more effectively, or providing more personalized support for students. It could be especially valuable for things like oral history projects or biographical research, where maintaining context over time is really important. Remember, this development also raises some critical questions that we really should grapple with. How does AI memory compare to human memory? What happens to the concept of forgetting in digital spaces? What are the implications for privacy and surveillance in academic contexts? And how might this affect the power dynamics in AI-human relationships? What's particularly interesting is how this fits into the broader landscape of AI tools. With both ChatGPT and Gemini now offering memory features, we're seeing the emergence of multiple AI systems that can maintain different memories of us. This raises interesting questions about how these different AI memories might compare and how they might affect our research methodology when using multiple AI tools. Looking forward, this development offers both opportunities and challenges for humanities scholars. On the positive side, we're looking at enhanced research continuity, more sophisticated digital humanities projects, and better support for long-term studies. But we also need to think critically about issues like privacy in academic contexts, data ownership, and the potential for bias in remembered information. For those of us working in the humanities, this represents more than just a technical upgrade. It's a shift in how we interact with AI systems that demands our attention and critical engagement. And in related news, we're seeing an interesting shift in how AI companies are approaching model development. While the headlines focus on creative upgrades, there's actually a fascinating story developing about the challenges of scaling these models. Just consider the progression. The leap from GPT-3 to GPT 3.5 was revolutionary, and GPT-4 brought another impressive jump in capabilities. But recent releases like GPT-4 Turbo and GPT-4o have shown more modest improvements, focusing on speed and multimodality rather than dramatic power increases. Several factors are contributing to this potential slowdown. Energy costs are becoming a major factor. Training these massive models requires an enormous amount of computing power. There's also what the experts call data exhaustion. We're actually running low on high-quality training data, especially for specialized tasks like mathematical reasoning. This means that we probably won't see the same dramatic improvements between models that we saw with the jump from GPT 3.5 to GPT-4. But here's where it gets interesting for us in the humanities. Companies are adapting to these challenges in creative ways. Instead of just making bigger models, they're exploring specialization and new user interfaces beyond traditional chatbots. They're focusing on improving reasoning capabilities, in developing more sophisticated interaction patterns, and even exploring the use of AI-generated content alongside human-created training data. We're also seeing increased competition from open source models like Mistral and Llama, which might be able to close the gap as the pace of advancement slows. The shift toward quality over quantity could actually benefit humanities scholars, as it emphasizes better understanding and more nuanced interactions rather than just raw processing power. Companies are also looking at new sources of training data, including images and video, which could lead to more nuanced understanding of both cultural and contextual elements, something particularly relevant for humanities research. So while the creative upgrades that we discussed earlier are exciting, this underlying shift in development approach might actually be more significant for the future of AI in the humanities in research and both teaching. What do you think about this development? Let me know in the comments below. Regarding shifting approaches in AI development, let's talk about some exciting news that just dropped about OpenAI's upcoming Operator, set to launch in January 2025. This announcement actually ties perfectly into what we were just discussing about AI companies focusing on quality and specialized capabilities rather than just raw power. Operator represents a significant shift toward what's called agentic AI, AI systems that can proactively handle complex, multi-step tasks with minimal human intervention. Think of it as an AI that doesn't just respond to your questions, but actually anticipates needs and takes initiative. This is particularly interesting for humanities scholars because it suggests a move toward AI that can better understand context and handle nuanced, multi-layered tasks. What makes this development especially noteworthy is that it's coming at a time when we're seeing that scaling limitations push companies to innovate in different ways. Rather than just making bigger models, OpenAI is focusing on making them smarter and more capable of independent action. The system will be able to handle everything from coding to travel bookings, working seamlessly within a web browser. For the humanities field, this can mean that AI assistants can better understand research contexts, managing complex archival searches, or help coordinate interdisciplinary projects. It's not just about processing more data. It's about understanding and acting on that data in more sophisticated ways. And OpenAI isn't alone in this shift. Anthropic, Microsoft, and Google are all working on similar agentic AI systems. This suggests that we're entering a new phase in AI development where the focus is less on this raw processing power and more on sophisticated task handling and contextual understanding. The timing of this announcement, coming just as we're seeing signs of scaling limitations, suggests that AI companies are finding innovative ways to advance their technology, even as traditional scaling approaches show diminishing returns. For those of us in the humanities, this could mean more sophisticated and nuanced tools for our research and teaching. Speaking of innovations in AI, OpenAI just announced yet another interesting development that addresses one of the biggest practical challenges in using AI: speed. They've introduced a new feature called predicted outputs for GPT-4o and GPT-4o mini that could make these models up to 5 times faster for certain tasks. This is particularly interesting because it shows how companies are finding creative ways to improve AI performance without necessarily making the models bigger. The feature uses something called speculative decoding. Essentially, the AI can skip over parts of text that it can predict with high confidence and focus its processing power on the parts that need more thought. Think of it like a human reader who can skim familiar content and slow down for new or complex information. For humanities scholars and researchers, this could be a game changer. Imagine being able to edit research papers, analyze texts, or refine document drafts 5 times faster. Instead of waiting for the AI to process every word, it can move quickly through familiar content and focus its attention on more specific challenges or analyses that you will need. This development, combined with the upcoming Operator and the broader trends that we've been discussing, suggests that AI companies are focusing on making their existing models more efficient and practical rather than just powerful. It's like they're learning to work smarter, not just bigger. For our field, this means that we might soon have tools that are not only capable but also responsive and practical for daily research and teaching tasks. These improvements in speed and efficiency could make AI tools more useful for real-time collaboration, document analysis, and iterative writing processes. In other AI innovations, there's another breakthrough worth noting in the field of AI-generated content, this time in music. Suno has just released version 4 of their AI music generation platform, and it's a significant leap forward in AI-created audio. I actually used Suno to create the music for this channel. While I started using Nudio early on, I found that Suno is a little bit more versatile and user-friendly for creating the show's soundtrack. What's particularly interesting about this release is how it aligns with the trends we've been discussing. Rather than just making the model bigger, Suno has focused on specific improvements in quality and functionality. The update brings cleaner audio, sharper lyrics, and more dynamic song structures, along with some fascinating new features. Let me break these down because they're relevant to digital humanities work, especially in musicology and cultural studies. The platform now offers advanced speech synthesis with emotional depth and accent customization, intelligent music generation across multiple genres, and the ability to create immersive soundscapes. There's also a new feature called Remaster that can enhance tracks made with older models to V4 quality. I'm particularly excited to try this with some of our earlier episode soundtracks. One particularly interesting addition is Lyrics by Ray Me, a new lyric assistant model that helps with creative songwriting. For humanities scholars studying contemporary cultural production or digital creativity, this raises fascinating questions about AI's role in artistic creation. What makes this especially noteworthy is Suno's partnership with Audible Magic for content identification technology. This addresses one of the major concerns in AI-generated content, copyright issues, by detecting copyrighted music at the upload step. It's a good example of how AI companies are working to address ethical and legal concerns while pushing technical boundaries. And before we wrap up today's news roundup, there's a significant development in AI image generation that deserves our attention. Black Forest Labs has just announced a major upgrade to their Flex.1 platform, introducing a suite of tools that could revolutionize how we work with AI-generated images. Let me break down the 4 key features of Flex.1 tools, because they're pretty impressive. First, there's Flex.1 Fill, which allows for both in-painting and out-painting. What this means is that you can not only remove elements from an image, but you can also expand it beyond its original borders. Imagine being able to uncrop historical photographs or extend the canvas of digital artworks. The technology is so sophisticated that it's difficult to distinguish the added elements from the original. Then there's the structural conditioning features, depth and canny. These tools use edge detection and depth mapping to understand and maintain the structural elements of an image in future generations. For humanities scholars working on visual archives or studying artistic composition, this could be a game changer for analyzing and recreating historical visual styles. The 4th tool, Redux, is particularly interesting. It's an adapter that allows you to create variations of existing images while maintaining their essential characteristics. According to Black Forest Labs, these tools are outperforming other state-of-the-art models like Ideogram version 2, Stable Diffusion 1.5, and Midjourney Retexture in benchmarking tests. What makes this platform controversial and is worth discussing in a humanities context is that unlike other AI image generators, Flex.1 has fewer guardrails in place. While this offers more creative freedom, it also raises important ethical questions about the responsible use of AI image generation technology. The platform is available through the Flex.1 Dev Model series and the BFL API for Flex.1 Pro users. For those interested in trying it out, you can access it on X via Grok with a Premium or Premium Plus subscription starting at $7 a month. This development, alongside the other advances that we've discussed today, shows how the field is evolving in multiple directions simultaneously. Better reasoning with O1, faster processing with predictive outputs, and now more sophisticated image generation. Each of these advances brings both opportunities and challenges for humanities research and teaching. As we conclude this examination of recent developments in artificial intelligence, several significant themes emerge that warrant our attention as humanities scholars. We're witnessing a profound shift in AI development, one that prioritizes nuanced understanding and practical application over raw computational power. This evolution appears particularly relevant to our field, where contextual understanding and subtle interpretation often prove more valuable than mere processing capacity. The developments we've discussed today, from sophisticated voice interfaces to enhanced creative capabilities, from persistent memory features to accelerated processing, collectively suggest a maturation in AI technology that aligns more closely with the needs of humanities scholarship. These advancements offer new possibilities for research methodology, pedagogical approaches, and scholarly collaboration, while simultaneously raising important questions about the nature of creativity, memory, and human-machine interaction. Yet, as we consider these technological advances, we must maintain our critical perspective. As humanities scholars, we are uniquely positioned to contribute to the discourse surrounding these developments, ensuring that their implementation serves to enhance rather than diminish the human elements of our work. The question before us is not simply how to utilize these tools, but how to integrate them thoughtfully into our scholarly practice while preserving the essential characteristics of humanistic inquiry. Looking ahead to our next episode, we'll explore practical applications of these technologies in humanities research, examining specific case studies and methodological approaches that we haven't yet seen. I welcome your insights and experiences. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on the latest AI news relevant to the humanities. Thank you for joining me today on AI News for the Humanities. Until next time, I'm Meghan McInnis-Domínguez, wishing you a thoughtful and innovative week ahead.
Hello world, can you hear the sound? AI's voice is breaking new ground. From science fiction to everyday tools, revolutionizing humanities rules.
Voices rise from circuits deep, tech giants wake the world from sleep. ChatGPT's tone sleek and fine, accents mimic lines aligned. Gemini speaks in 40 tongues, free to everyone, it's anthem sung. Copilot's waves with feelings flow, windows whisper where it goes. Voices in the machine, shaping what's seen. Stories learning, memories keen. Echoes of the past meet tomorrow's dream. Humanity and AI, a united stream. Memory redefined like a digital muse. Gemini keeps track, building context to use. What does it mean to forget, to recall? When AI remembers, does it change us all? It outputs faster speeds, streamlined thoughts to match our needs. Operator waits, proactive, wise, understanding context with knowing eyes. Suno crafts the music's frame, emotion-driven songs proclaim. Flux, one paints in vibrant hues, history expands with endless views. Voices in the machine, shaping what's seen. Stories learning, memories keen. Echoes of the past meet tomorrow's dream. Humanity and AI, a united stream. Voices in the machine, shaping what's seen. Stories learning, memories keen. Echoes of the past meet tomorrow's dream. Humanity and AI, a united stream. Memory redefined like a digital muse. Gemini keeps track, building context to use. What does it mean to forget, to recall? When AI remembers, does it change us all? It outputs faster speeds, streamlined thoughts to match our needs. Operator waits, proactive, wise, understanding context with knowing eyes. Suno crafts the music's frame, emotion-driven songs proclaim. Flux, one paints in vibrant hues, history expands with endless views. Voices in the machine, shaping what's seen. Stories learning, memories keen. Echoes of the past meet tomorrow's dream. Humanity and AI, a united stream. Oral history survived, languages preserved. Tools to amplify the voices we've served. But questions linger, shadows fall. What's the cost of progress, after all? What's the cost of progress, after all? So let's ask the questions, let's take the leap. Preserve what's human while we dream deep. This is AI for the humanities. Stay bold, stay keen. Until next time, I'm Megan, signing off the machine.